Well, good Saturday afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Nancy Stanley, physical therapist, life coach, and health coach, and I'm here today with a fun recipe and some fun information that you're going to feel really good about. So, hey Celine, and I'm thanking Celine for this recipe, and my husband's going to love it. So, he hasn't tried it yet, but I know he will because I've tasted it and it's really good. Okay, so I'll be sending out the recipe in an email. So if I don't have your email, you need to give me your email. I tweaked it a little bit just because I like to do that often to my recipes. But there's so many different ways that you can make these. This is a chaffle, but it's a chocolate chaffle. Okay, and so here's one that I just made. I went to Belk's yesterday and bought this, or was it today? Today's Saturday. No, it was yesterday. This cute little heart-shaped dash pan. So that's what I made this one out of. This was the one that I had, but I was going to go buy a bigger one because I thought when my kids are here, it's going to be hard to feed all of them with this little thing. But I got the heart one, so it's going to serve the same. My grandchildren are going to love it. Okay, so here is the final product. It is a keto ice cream sandwich, and it is delicious. I've already tasted the filling and the chaffle part, and my husband can't wait to get into it, but I said, you gotta wait and let me do the demo. So hey Christy, hey Brenda, thank y'all for joining me. Okay, so I'm not gonna give you all the ingredients because I'm gonna put that in the email. But basically it's almond flour. I used allulose. This is, I think, my new favorite sugar substitute. It's all natural. I think it has the most natural taste, and so that's what I use. But Swerve is fine as well. I use Swerve a lot as well. I don't cook a lot of desserts. I don't make a lot of desserts just because we don't want to be eating sweets a lot, because even though this is keto, there's still about 15 carbs. I'm not sure, it'll say in the recipe how many carbs are in it, because just these little dark chocolate bits are 10 grams of carbs in a tablespoon, and you put a tablespoon in each one, so you're going to get 10 grams of carbs. This is 4 grams per 2 tablespoons, so I would say maybe about 12 grams of carbs. Celine, you may remember how many carbs it is, okay? But anyway, so here's how you do it. You stir all this up. It's got an egg, it's got cocoa, and I just use good old plain cocoa powder. Look at your cocoa powder. If it's got a bunch of ingredients, sugar, maltodextrin, any of that, this says this is Tomako cocoa powder. So it's just plain cocoa powder, no sweetener at all in it. And then I use these Believe semi-sweet, but there are other brands you definitely can use. And so here's what I got going here. So this is the little one that's heart-shaped, all right? So I'm about to pull it out. So I was gonna make 2 that are heart-shaped. And what I like to do is put them on a paper towel when you get done with them, and that makes them kind of crisp up, especially if you're making them like for waffles, or I use them, this morning I made a chaffle sandwich. I put bacon, lettuce, and tomato, and actually I put cream cheese on it, and it was delicious. That was something new I had tried. But here's the one that's just round, and basically one recipe is going to make 2, is going to make enough for 2. So you see what it looks like when it's finished. So let me just go ahead and put this in here. And you don't have to put the chocolate chips, but why would you leave those out? They're one of the best things. All right, so that's about how it looks. And then I put them in the freezer. So let me tell you what this is. So this is the filling that goes on the inside. Now I'm not gonna be able to fill these because if they're hot, this is cream cheese and heavy whipping cream. So I just beat the cream cheese in my food processor, and then I poured in 1/4 of a cup of heavy whipping cream, some more of the allulose, and beat it until it forms, stiff peaks, right? Just like that. And then what I did is I smeared it about 2 or 3 tablespoons, depending on how much filling you want. I probably would do a little bit more for James because he loves that cream cheese stuff, and so do I. And and then I stuck them in the freezer, and they're ready to go, and just so easy and quick. I do spray my pan with this avocado oil before I use it the first time, but then I don't spray it after that. Now, I want to tell you a little, and you see it starting to smoke when it really, they say 5 minutes, but I've never left it in there for 5 minutes. So let me move some of this stuff out of the way, because I don't want to get you confused. I might be able to ice that after I do. I'm going to teach you a little bit about fasting before I jump off. So, but you see it's really smoking. So honestly, it just does not take very long, and I think I will. I'm going to wait and do this other one in the round pan, because I want to have it matched so I can make an ice cream sandwich. Okay. So back to talking about having sweets. We really don't need to. Now I'm not going to post the recipe. I'm going to send the recipe in an email. So if you give me your email, because I've got to type it out. I don't have it all typed out because I tweaked it a little bit. Okay, so let me take this out and get this other one going so that I can teach you about fasting. And y'all don't let me forget it. Well, I don't know how you'll remind me, because this is not a Zoom call, it's a Facebook Live, but there we go. Okay, I want to get that last little, push that around. There we go. Okay. All right, so that's cooking. So let's talk about intermittent fasting. And people have so many wrong ideas about fasting, and the reason I know that is because every person that joins my challenge, when I say fasting, they're like, oh no, I've tried that, I get a headache, I get sick, I can't do it. Okay, and so I want you to know that that is a myth. I was the same way. I mean, fasting has gone on for thousands of years. I mean, people have done it for spiritual reasons, for all kind of reasons, for a long, long time. Let me unplug one of these things. Yep. Okay. It's gone on for a long, long time, and people have done it, but the benefits of fasting that I'm going to talk about will just really shock you. I mean, this morning, I was fasted, and I went out and worked in the yard. First time I've done that in a while, because it was so hot, but I went out there in the shade, and it was a little bit cooler today, and I worked in the yard, and I'm like, if I had eaten, I wouldn't have felt like doing that. Now, I maybe would have had the energy, but let me tell you what happens when you eat. Food does not give you energy immediately. Food, think about it now, when you eat a big meal, what happens? Your energy drops. You feel like you want to go lay down, even if I eat lunch. So that's why I love to fast all day if I've got a lot of activity things I want to do, because my energy stays up and I'm able to complete it. Because as soon as you eat, your heart pumps a lot of blood to your gut to digest that food. A lot of blood, a lot happens with food digestion. That's why a lot of people have heart attacks after they have after they eat a big meal. They go lay down in the chair and they'll have a heart attack because their heart is having to work so hard. So that is a myth, but I'll get to that. So one of the main myths that you hear a lot, I'm gonna let that go a minute more, is that fasting causes muscle loss. Only if you fast more than 24 hours or longer. Okay, when you get up to 24 hours, then that studies are showing a little bit of muscle loss, but most people are not going to fast much longer than that. And you're not going to fast for days on end. So yes, you use muscle. You've seen people that are emaciated, but I'm not talking about starvation. I'm talking about fasting, okay? All right. Number 2 is you need food for metabolism. So if you don't eat first thing in the morning, your metabolism, you got to have food for your metabolism. Well, let me tell you, food does not do that. Food is not what builds your metabolism. What makes your metabolism start in the morning is cortisol. And your cortisol is released earlier in the morning, and that's what's going to give you the energy to get going. And a lot of y'all are probably doing coffee. If you do coffee, that's going to also stimulate your metabolism. But I don't do coffee just because when I'm fasted, I don't want to feel jittery. And if I drink coffee, that will happen. Okay. All right. Number 3, you'll be too hungry and you won't be able to concentrate. Well, you will be if you're not a fat burner. But what I teach in my program is how to switch from being a sugar burner to being a fat burner. And I'm going to take this last one out and put it right over there so it will, and let me unplug it because I don't want it to be hot. Okay, because I am done. Sorry about that. Aren't these cute little heart ones? Your little grandchildren will love chaffles made in the heart pan. And I got that at Belk's yesterday, by the way. Okay, so the only reason you would be hungry is if you're a sugar burner. That means you have to eat often, that you eat carbs a lot. You wake up in the morning, you're going to have cereal, oatmeal, all those meals. I interviewed a diabetic yesterday, and she said, oh, the first thing I do in the morning is get up and I have oatmeal with berries in it, and I'm just like, well, no wonder your blood sugar's out the roof, because oatmeal is high in carbs. It is not something that a diabetic should be eating first thing in the morning. It's just not a healthy option. Okay, breakfast is not the most important meal of the day. Break fast, that's what breakfast is when you break your fast. Can be any time of the day. It doesn't have to be in the morning, okay? So, but you've got to be fat adaptive to be able to fast. And so I wouldn't tell you to try to jump off in the morning and skip breakfast and start fasting. It is a process that you get to after a few days, all right? So, but what does happen when you start fasting is your body makes less insulin, okay? And insulin is a fat storing hormone, okay? But if you don't eat and your body doesn't release insulin, then what happens is your body will start to use the fat that's stored. And that's the wonderful thing about it. You'll lose that fat around the middle, and you'll be able to see it happening really rapidly. And so I am going to do a video about the benefits of pairing, and I think I'll do that tomorrow too. I think I want to do another video with chaffles, not the chocolate, and show you the ones I make using them for making a sandwich or just regular waffles. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow evening or something. But the benefits of pairing fasting with keto is unbelievable. Just so many benefits that you're not even gonna believe. And my clients will tell you that, you know, so many of them are coming off of if they are on diabetic medicine, they're coming off of their medicines. They're actually lowering their blood sugar. They're lowering their blood pressure. So that's the benefits of fasting and keto, okay? All right, your energy will drop. That's another myth, that your energy will drop. Do I look like my energy's dropped? And I've been fasting today, so I have more energy when I don't eat. I really do. Now, there does come a point in time I have to drink plenty of water, and there does come a point in time that I'm going to need to eat. But for the most part, I love to be in a fasted state because I feel better. I feel better. Okay, and number 5, you won't be able to keep doing it. Well, all my clients keep doing it. The ones that know how to do it and do it properly, they keep doing it because they feel so good. So most of them have gotten into a routine of eating 1 meal a day. That's called OMAD, or maybe 2 meals a day, or just lowering their fasting window down to like 4 hours. So if you're on here and you've been in my program and you know the benefits of it, please hit the love button or share or comment that, you know, how much do you fast? What is your fasting window? Mine typically is at least 2 or 3 times a week. I do a 24-hour fast. And then the rest of the time I eat, you know, around 1 and then around 6. And that's the food. And no grazing, no snacking. You don't need snacks. The food industry created the word snack to sell us something. You need food. You definitely need food, but you don't need snacks. Snacks just boost your insulin levels up, cause your body to store fat, keep you from dropping weight. So I'd love to teach you more. I'm starting a new challenge in a couple of weeks. If you'll give me your email, I'm sending out tonight. I'll be sending out this recipe for this delicious keto ice cream sandwich, and then I'll be sending out information about how to get in the challenge. So Yeah, so let's see. Celine says, it's amazing. My life changed. My fasting window is 18 hours every day. Way to go, Celine. Celine had some serious gastric issues, stomach issues, and she was very limited in what she can eat, and now she's eating what she wants to eat and what she enjoys eating, and she's feeling better. She's lost weight, and so I love that story. Celine, I love your story. I love every time I see you post in our group, just because I'm like, it's a miracle. It really is a miracle. God met you right where you needed to be, and we met, and you did it, and I'm so proud of you. Okay, so if you want to have a story of good health, and you may not be overweight, I have a lot of people that join. I don't say a lot. I have quite a few people that join that just want to learn how to eat healthy. Yeah, so there's Tanya. She's doing 24-hour fasting, love eating 1 meal a day, and Tanya is, I don't guess you don't care if I share this, she's diabetic, and she's doing that, and I'm sure lowering your A1C and your, how much are your blood sugars coming down? I think you told me they were up in the 200s, and now they're down around 100, and that's what we want to see. Yeah, absolutely. You're so thankful. Yes, I'm thankful for you too, Celine. You've been a real encouragement to me, because I'll be honest, when I signed you up, I had not had anybody with that severe of gastric issues. I'd had some people with diverticulitis, diverticulosis, but I had not had anybody. Okay, so low, so 100 to 80. Way to go. Okay, Tanya, that is wonderful. So let me hear from you if you think you want to do this next challenge. It's 90 days. And I do have a course for reversing diabetes. If you are pre-diabetic or diabetic and you really want to learn how to do that, you can jump into that course. And so you just need to let me know about that. And let's talk soon. But thank you for joining me. And look for the recipe. So these are cool enough now, so I can ice this. So I'm going to take this, and you could buy that. What's that, Menards or something? There's some kind of keto ice cream out there. You could put that on here if you wanted to, but this is just a lot cheaper. Those keto ice creams that you buy, those things they're really expensive. So I'm just going to sit that up on there like that, and then I'm going to put it over in the freezer. It's going to be delicious. This one's too hot for me to fix yet. So don't you love my zinnias? Oh my gosh, I have enjoyed them so much this year. I've had to water them a lot. But if you enjoy something, then you're willing to spend the time to make it happen. Yeah, just like with food. I love cooking, having good, healthy food in my kitchen, and it's worth it to me to get in here and try recipes and do things. And again, this isn't something we have often, but it is a nice treat when you want to enjoy something. There's a lot of keto desserts. I have a recipe book that has keto recipes for sweets. There's a strawberry delight, there's a pumpkin delight, just a lot of good things in those recipe books. So hey Alexis, good to see you. I think Alexis is doing better too with her program. I think you're actually seeing some real results. Let's see. So here we go. Brenda, husband struggling after heart attack and diabetes. Yes, Brenda, I would love to help him get off his medicines. Diabetes is a curable disease. Most people think that is a myth. Most people think that diabetes is not curable. You have to keep taking medicine. Well, let me just tell you, people that have diabetes are not metformin deficient. That's what you think when you go to the doctor, because the first thing they're going to do is put you on metformin. But it is not a metformin deficient disease. What diabetes is too many carbs. That's really what it is. You have eaten too many carbs, you've stored it around the middle, and as soon as you get into ketosis and intermittent fasting, it's going to go away. And that is, I love it when people call me and say, or I see them in my Marco Polo app, which is a video app that we have as a private group, and they say, oh my gosh, I'm losing inches around the middle. And I'm like, of course you are. That's the first place you store it, is around your organs and then around your middle, and that's the first place you're going to lose it. And it's amazing how much better you're going to feel, the mental clarity you're going to have, you're going to sleep better. There's so much that's going to happen, and I'd love to coach you. I coach my people every day in an app on your phone. And if you're on here and you've been in my program, would you please just comment and say, this helped me, just something positive about what you did, because I know if you've gotten results, it's been amazing, and you've been surprised. And I'm just going to tell you, all these people that are going to post, when I guarantee you, when I interviewed them at first, they said, I've tried to fast, I can't do it, I get a headache, I get sick. But you'll be able to do it, you'll drop the weight, you'll feel better. And here's the thing, you'll have a better present life experience, and your end of life experience will be better. So don't delay. Message me today. Now is the perfect time to get started. And just imagine, in 90 days, let's say August, September, by October, you'll be 30 pounds at least lighter. You'll be shopping from the back of your closet. Yeah. There you go, Tanya. Tanya's saying you can fast even if you're diabetic. Yes, you can. You can. In fact, you better fast. That's really what's going to reverse your diabetes, is keto and fasting together. You can't just do keto and get off your diabetes medicine. Yes. Yeah, thank you, Martha. Nancy will be right there with you. I love our community of people and the way that we all share. Yes, it is fun to share, and we need to have a meetup soon. So let's plan it, a meetup in over there in Hazelhurst, because there's a bunch of y'all from Hazelhurst over there, and a bunch from Lyons. So we're going to get together and have lunch and celebrate our health, because you know what? It is not it's not for sure, is it? Tomorrow's not for sure, but you can take your health back, and I want to help you. So thank you for joining me. Look for the recipe. Give me your email if I don't have your email address, because I'm sending that recipe out tonight. And here it is, and it is delicious. This one's got to freeze though before it ooks all out. All right, y'all have a great day. Let's talk soon.